Well, this is the Victure AC940, which is their first totally waterproof camera. Let's take a look. Quite a substantial case on it, big clip on the top. Right, now when you open these, I know from experience, it's always good to squeeze the case a bit out. Let's see. It's made in metal for a start, feels very robust and solid, and it's waterproof to 5 meters, just like this. Not only waterproof, but it's got 4K at 60 frames a second with EIS, that's anti-shake, which is amazing for a camera around the £100 price bracket. Now last year I was lucky enough to get hold of the new SJ Cam SJ9 Strike, which was twice the price of this, but a big fail, largely because the audio was terrible, whereas the audio is good with this Victure AC940, but also people complained that the catches on the battery and USB socket were too fragile. You do have to be careful with them, but if you do it sensibly and the way I'll show you later on, they aren't particularly fragile on these waterproof cameras. Anyhow, so let's see what else you get in the box here. I know you get 2 batteries, which gives you loads of recording time. You have got a lens cap, some manufacturers don't bother. You've got lens cleaning cloth, spare sticky pads for these mounts that you can stick on a helmet, skateboard, whatever you want. Got a few extra standoffs that let you rig up the waterproof case and help you mount it on the side of a helmet or whatever. Handlebar mount. What else? Micro USB charging cable. A Velcro strap for the splash proof remote, which means you can take selfies and things. So that covers that, pretty much standard stuff. Let's have a look at the manual. And you can probably get a free gift if you make a review. Ah, that's nice to know. Right, the manual looks very well produced. Now I happen to know also that there's a Wi-Fi app. I'm not going to go into detail about that, but I've got it installed on my phone already for the AC920, and it lets you shoot remotely, review the things that you've videoed, change settings and so on. Very useful if you're out and about doing some action sport somewhere. You can review what you've just recorded. Right, well, having got it out of the box, first step's going to be to put a battery in, give it a charge. Microcard isn't supplied. I've got one that I use in the other camera here, and you do need a high-speed card. This is SanDisk Extreme Pro V30 U3. Okay, so first little problem I found was getting the case open. Well, you've got to bear in mind there are waterproof gaskets behind these, and so when you're trying to open or close these little trapdoors here, you've got to compress before you press buttons and try and open. Get your fingernail in like so, be gentle with the clips. You've got to compress this gasket. So when you close it, slide it in a bit, compress, slide it in, and you'll see the button pop up and the battery goes in that way, and the TF card goes in that little groove there, like so. Logo side towards the battery, fingernail on it, yep, that's in. So I suggest that you press it down as well as in. They do suggest formatting the microcard in the camera. Not difficult, it tells you how to do it in the manual, it just means that it's then ready for recording on. Now I've also got to figure how you get the charging lead in. Ah, there's a symbol there. So presumably same thing, push in. God, they are tight. Yeah, push in, get your fingernail behind that, and you'll see it pulls out slightly before you actually open it fully. That's important. And then you've got an HDMI out, and you've got the micro USB for charging. So I'm going to give it a charge, and then we'll take a quick look at the basic operation of it before showing you some test clips, and maybe after that I'll show you some of the settings in the menu if there's time. Right, I'm back again. It's charged up, the red charging light's gone off, it's fully charged. So where do we start? Look at the case. 1/4 inch tripod screw, battery cover underneath, USB charging port and micro HDMI out if you've got that lead, touchscreen on the back, Two buttons on the top, shutter release and M for mode, and power button on the side. On the front, I think it's 170 degree wide angle lens. I assume, I can't actually see it in the specs anywhere. As I said, power button on the side. Let's just show you the basic operation and then maybe I'll go into more complex settings afterwards. Although it's so easy and obvious, all you've got to do is experiment. Power up, boots up very quickly. Press the shutter. I'm in video mode. I'm at 4K 60. Incidentally, I've got anti-shake on. It does work in 4K 60. I'm recording, countdown there, blue light flashing there, little red light flashing there. Audio recording is on, battery level is high, and I'm in video mode. Press again, turn off. Now, easy way to get into stills mode, photos, swipe across, change to a little camera there. I'm in single picture because it will do bursts, time lapse, all kinds of stuff. Press the shutter, get a shutter sound, taken a still. Now, I'm not going to start explaining this, but it's so obvious. There's settings there. Touch that, you've got a menu. Might look at those in a bit. Touch that, you've got more settings. Resolution, film speed. Touch that, you've got playback. Bin them, remove them. Anyway, once I start getting into that, I go off track. The other way you can change mode is with M for mode. That changes it. One press playback, video setup, photo setup, and then, as I say, you can touch screen and change settings. So that's dead straightforward. I said EIS is on. That covers that. Turn it off, just press the button. Okay, well that's that. Clips are coming up. I've had it for a couple of days now and I find the video quality very good, lens sharp, colours are nice, and the anti-shake works well. As you'd expect, there was a fair bit of wind noise when I used it on the motorbike, not in the waterproof case, but I adjusted the levels in my edit. Hope you found this useful. Anyway, I don't think you go far wrong. Very robust, solid camera and good quality video. Here are the clips. Right, I like this shot here because it's got some nice colour and you've got a subject that's fairly close and then it goes off way down into the distance to the end of the pier. And if you look carefully, you can actually see one of the cruise ships that's anchored out in the bay since this COVID crisis started. Anyway, this is one of the little local harbours. As you can see, the tide's out. You can still see the cruise ships in the bay if you look carefully. I find the gyro stabilisation works very, very well on this too. And some motorbiking, and I've just mounted the camera on the side of my helmet on the tripod mount screw, like so. Okay, so here's a little bit of mountain bike footage. Not particularly bumpy track, and I'm wearing a chest harness with the camera on it. I think it's better than putting it on handlebars. And here's the same thing, but this time 4K 60 frames a second, and in both of these clips the EIS, that's the gyro stabilisation, is turned on. A bit bumpy, not terrible, and I wonder what the wind noise would be like. I've got a feeling there's a wind noise reduction setting but at the moment it's not turned on. So that's it, that was the test clips. Hope you found them helpful. I was hoping to show you some more of the settings menu, but it's so obvious I'm sure you'll be able to work it out. Anyhow, thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed it or found it useful, please give it a like and maybe even subscribe. And if you've got a chance, check out some of the other stuff on my channel. There's plenty of stuff to keep you amused: flying, sailing, paragliding, paramotoring, some motorbiking, radio controlled models, drones, wildlife, all kinds of stuff. But that is it for now. Stay safe. Hopefully I'll catch you all again soon. Bye for now.